Eye Associates, Denny's Carpet, First Harrison Bank, Morgan's Auto Salvage, Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services, Prosser Career Education Center. Get ready for the excitement, the rivalries, and the hometown pride. It's Real Country 96.9 WKLO, your home for local sports.
The winter weather forecasted is coming our way tomorrow, but before it gets here, two county rivals will renew their annual showdown. Welcome to our high school boys basketball broadcast here on 96.9 WKLO, online at WKLO969.com, on the WKLO 96.9 YouTube channel, and on your Alexa. We welcome you to our Davis Crestone pregame show. We hope you're having a good Friday evening. Hopefully you're staying warm wherever you're listening to us tonight as well. Come on in for this gathering of family, friends, and fans. Alongside our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. The North Harrison Cougars, with a 5-8 record on the season, have driven across the county to take on the Lanesville Eagles. At 3-9 here at the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center, the Eagles nest on the campus of Lanesville Junior-Senior High School here in the town of Lanesville. The Eagles started the season with an 0-6 record under first-year head coach Chris Carruthers, and they did finally get that elusive first win in December. And it was at a single-day tournament up at North Davies High School in Elnora, where the Eagles beat Pike Central 55-45. They then fell to North Davies in the championship game that night. Then, when the calendar turned to 2026, the Eagles got back to conference play, taking on their county and conference rival, the South Central Rebels, on the road. They lost a high-scoring affair that night, 82-75. The Eagles then won their first home game with Coach Carruthers, beating Eastern Pekin here at home just about 2 weeks ago, 65-56. They got a dramatic victory on the road last Friday night at Christian Academy. Nolan Pierce hitting a mid-range jumper from the baseline and giving the Eagles a 46-44 win over a potential sectional opponent in the Warriors. And then the Eagles played Orleans here at home last Saturday. The Bulldogs and the Eagles were in a battle in the first half, a game that was very close, and it remained close into the third quarter, but Orleans pulled away and ended up taking the victory 62-29 behind their lockdown defense in the second half. Lanesville 3-9. They're averaging 48.8 points and allowing 66. We saw them back in the opener with Corydon Central. This is a team that does want to play more toward the half court, but they can certainly get out and go. They definitely are a team that wants to play with a pretty solid pace out there on the floor. Defensively, they're going to play mostly man-to-man. Really not going to see them in much of anything else. Not really going to see them press very much either. Very similar to what we've seen from Ryan Miller's teams at Providence, being very strong in the half-court defense. But it's been tough for Lanesville at times this year. Their lack of size has really affected them in some of their matchups this year. And they're still a young team, too. Nolan Pierce continues to lead the way this season in scoring. He's averaging 18.3 points to go with 6.7 rebounds per game. Junior guard Aiden Lieber at 6'3" is averaging 8 points, 4 rebounds, and a team-high 2.6 assists per game for this Lanesville team. He's also second on the team in steals per game behind senior guard Isaac Klusmeyer at 5'8", who is averaging 1.8 steals per game. For the North Harrison Cougars coming into tonight, they got the win last Friday on throwback night at the middle school gym over Eastern Pekin, 55-34, before losing at home to Floyd Central, 89-67 on Saturday night. The Highlanders had 5 different players scoring double figures that night. Carter McQuigg, their 6'3" forward, ended up scoring 17 points and garnering 13 rebounds in that victory over the Cougars. And North Harrison looking to bounce back tonight. They need this one on the road. Try to get to 6-8, trying to equal last season's win total with the victory tonight as well. Since Ross Schultz took over as head coach against non-conference opponents on the road, the Cougars have struggled. They're 3-11, but that record has been getting better here over the past season and a half. So the Cougars come in tonight needing to try to get back on the right track after beating Eastern last week. Talon Lewis is the leader in scoring for the Cougars on the year, averaging 10.8 points per contest for this North Harrison team. And a very balanced attack at that. As far as rebounding, Corey Burson is the leader in that category, averaging just over 4 per game. Caden Hain continues to lead the team in assists, averaging just a notch over 4 per game. And then on the steals, well, that's kind of been fluctuating around throughout the season, but Bryce Vessel is the leader in that category, averaging just over 2 steals per contest for this Cougars team that's averaging 56.5 points and allowing 61 per outing so far this season. Should be a fun matchup tonight. It's homecoming night here in Lanesville. I had the chance to talk to both teams' head coaches before tonight's rivalry matchup here in Harrison County. I talked with Lanesville head coach Chris Carruthers about the Eagles' growth, the home loss to Orleans, and his thoughts on the Cougars. I talked with North Harrison head coach Ross Schultz about the win over Eastern, the loss last Saturday to Floyd Central, and the scouting report on the Eagles. You'll be able to hear from the coaches after the commercial breaks. Hear from the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center here in Lanesville. This is the Davis Crush Stone pregame show. Located at 8605 Big John Road in DePaul. For all of your Crush Stone, lime, and aggregate needs, call Davis Crush Stone at 812-347-2707. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corden has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options, they make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corden. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
Living with arthritis or an autoimmune condition can be tough, and at Harrison County Hospital, they're here to help, and they're excited to welcome Rachel Waite, APRN, the newest rheumatology specialist. Rachel takes the time to listen, create a treatment plan just for you, and give the support you need to feel your best. Ready to take the next step toward relief? Call her today at 812-734-3800 or learn more at hchin.org/rheumatology. Harrison County Hospital, celebrating 75 years of caring for our community.
We continue along with our Davis Crush Stone pregame show right here on 96.9 WKLO. Lanesville at home tonight to take on North Harrison in a county rivalry matchup, and we'll talk about that with head coach Chris Carruthers of Lanesville here in just a moment, among other things. And Coach, obviously back to when we saw you all right after Thanksgiving, you all were just getting your season started against Corydon, so here you are 12 games into your season. So how has the team progressed along for the Eagles so far this season?
We're coming along. We've been really keen on just playing hard for 32 minutes, not letting missed shots, made shots dictate how hard you play. And so we've put together some games where we have seen positive results just with that game plan. We've also just been kind of emphasizing less turnovers. And so as of late, we've been taking care of the ball. Felt like we were in a good groove. About a week ago, had a great game down in New Albany against Christian Academy. And that was probably one of our better games. We put together a solid first half against Orleans, and then, we see why they're the defending state champs. So, again, we're just controlling what we can control, having a good attitude, playing with energy and effort, and just competing. Every time you step onto the floor, it's a war, it's a battle, and no one's going to feel sorry for you. So that's kind of the mentality we're trying to instill. And again, with a young team, things don't happen overnight, so.
Yeah, and of course, you're talking about, consistency and trying to build that up as well. And if we get to this time of year, Coach, get to about the halfway point of the year, you'd like to see that continue on both sides of the floor. And it seems like your team has been improving in that aspect a little bit at a time.
Yeah, we have. Like I said, we put together a great game last Friday against a sectional opponent, Christian Academy. Coach Coburg does a great job with those young men, just being disciplined, being solid. They're not going to beat themselves. You got to go out and take it. And I felt like we did that, And again, we want to be playing our best basketball in a month or so. Come early March. So we're still getting there. We understand we have a lot of room for improvement. Just attention to the details, the small things. Just making a solid play. Being solid day in and day out, not realizing that you have to do some home run play or a touchdown every time. It's a 5-yard gain here. 3-yard gain there, and then you exploit them. Little football reference there. Shout out to the Hoosiers for the national champions. So,
yeah, well, and obviously too, with the team that was coming back, didn't have a lot of varsity experience either, so they had to learn how to adjust to the speed and the physical nature of the varsity game. So, how have they done in that regard for you all?
It's a work in progress. We have guys, who are adjusting. We had an instance last one of our more recent games where we're up and we shot a quick shot from the corner and missed it, and it was kind of like I didn't have to tell this player that was a bad shot. So we're understanding time and scenario. More about the game. We're learning on a daily basis. And just at the end of the day, our goal is to put together 4 straight quarters of hard playing basketball. So we get another opportunity to do that tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, you mentioned Orleans last week, and of course, Coach Bradley's team's usually very fundamentally sound, and looked like you all had a great first half against them. Had a really close game, and then it just seemed like in the second half, Orleans was able to kind of take control of that matchup, but just the way it looked at it on the surface there.
It wasn't until after the game, an assistant coach said, hey, defense is on the opposite end. Like, you guys have to start talking, or you really cover. We, as coaches, it's all we do is talk, right? We were able to be closer to the defense, to put them in positions, to follow the scouting report, talking to guys to wake up on the weak side to get to the midline, so a lot of that kind of stuff. When you're going away, we had a pretty good crowd last week, amped off the Christian Academy game, and I think we had the flag ceremony, so it was a pretty full house. It's a little harder to hear. That's where it comes to a young team. You gotta talk when you don't feel like it. You gotta do all the little things when you don't feel like it. So we suffered as a result of that come the second half, but we'll see.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, tonight, of course, you have North Harrison here at home, a big rivalry matchup here on your home floor tonight. So as you look at the Cougars coming in, Coach Carruthers, what stands out to you about this team?
Really balanced. I think their leading scorer, Talon, number 12, about 11 points a game. The next guy is about 10 points a game. The next guy is 9.9 points a game. The next guy is 9.8 points a game. Then if you get down to their 6th or 7th guy, and it's like he's like 5 points a game. So they're physical. Offensively skilled. I talked a little bit to Floyd Central's coach after their game last week, and he said, they're physical, they're tough, they play hard, and I've seen the same thing on film. So it's a game where all 5 guys, all 15 coaches, and all of our JV guys got to be locked in from start to finish, talking, executing the game plan. So.
Yeah, of course, too, it's being a county rivalry game adds a little something to it, even though it's not a conference game. And it's also a game, Coach, that you hope that continues to help you get ready as you head closer to the postseason, too.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. It's we talked about last week's season, the opportunity. We had number 12th in 1A Christian Academy and the number 7th in 1A Orleans. We've decided to put the toughness of schedule excuse behind us and suck it up. But we have a 3A school coming into a 1A school, and we want to show that we belong just as much as they do. So again, just biggest thing is competing, not focusing on the opponent, but coming out and controlling again what we can control, and that's how hard you play. And it doesn't matter who the opponent is, you do that, and you find yourselves in an opportunity to win the game. So that's where we are.
As far as the Eagles go, we mentioned a couple of guys being out of the lineup tonight. As far as the rest of the team goes, everybody else available, ready to go tonight?
We've been battling illness. I don't know if we've had a full week of practice this week where we had everyone there. Some guys are still out, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're sharing water bottles or something or what. But we're just trying to get healthy. But the guys who are going to play, we're aware of their limitations in terms of conditioning and just all of those things. So again, no excuses. Come out and play hard from top to bottom.
That was good. Coach Carruthers, as always, thank you so much for taking the time for the talk. You and the Eagles have a good game here at home tonight with North Harrison.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And thanks for all you do for high school basketball. It's much appreciated.
Appreciate that, Coach. Coach Carruthers joining us here from Lanesville here in our Davis Crushstone pregame show. Stay with us. We've got the interview with Coach Schultz coming up next as you're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
For generations, Prosser has been at the heart of our community. We need you. The Prosser Alumni Association helps seniors who need transitional support, guiding them into jobs or career path and giving them the resources to succeed. Students can apply for scholarships in January at prosseralumni.org. Alumni, join us now. Be a member, donate, or sponsor and help mold the next generation of leaders. Visit prosseralumni.org. Prosser. Skills today, success tomorrow.
We continue along with our Davis Crushstone pregame show right here on 96.9 WKLO. The North Harrison Cougars visiting the Lanesville Eagles in the annual Harrison County rivalry matchup between the two teams, and we'll talk about that and more with head coach Ross Schultz of North Harrison as the Cougars get set for a big road matchup tonight. And Ross, last weekend, of course, you had the throwback night on Friday at the former high school, current now Maine Middle School gym, and it was a great night for everybody involved. Obviously, had the delay there in the first quarter for the JV game, but everything else went well, and it seemed like the team really embraced what that night was about, too.
Yeah, I think they did. It was a special night honoring the 76 team, but like you talked about, just honoring the full history of North Harrison. So I thought our guys embraced that, came out to play, especially on the defensive end, and just led to a good night overall for us.
I know the offense was a little up and down at times, but your defense ended up being pretty consistent throughout most of the four quarters. That had to be encouraging to see that for your guys.
Yeah, I say we're a good defensive team. We show it at times, and I think we did that night. You're right. Pretty much first quarter through fourth, so we got to keep doing that.
Well, yeah, of course, you had to put Friday night behind you quickly and had to turn around and play Saturday. A very good Floyd Central team coming in, and we talked about it after the game, how athletic they are and how strong they are, too, and it seems like they really brought that kind of aspect to their team on Saturday, too.
They did. They had a lot of weapons. We watched them on film. We thought, well, their best shooters out. We might be able to pack it in a little on them, and boy, they just buried it on us a lot early. And we got in foul trouble, and things kind of snowballed, and it was a tough night.
Well, they had come off a very tough game themselves the night before at Jeffersonville, lost in the final seconds there against the Red Devils in a rivalry game. So they had a lot of motivation coming in, and it seems like they really used that on Saturday, too.
Yeah, they came out eager, ready to get after it. We didn't quite match that as much as we needed to, and then when you get behind like that, it's tough to recover.
And obviously, they just were on fire offensively. They shot at an extremely high clip throughout the night. It seemed like it didn't matter if it was inside or outside the arc. They were going to get the shots they wanted, and they were going down, too.
Yeah, and a lot of them were contested. We did a pretty good job, but you're right, that's been a bugaboo of ours. Austin came into our building and lit us up, so we just got to take care of business a little better on the defensive end in our home gym there.
Well, and we also could talk about kind of the experience that Floyd Central has. They also have some length as well, and Coach McBride seems like he's been able to adjust and utilize his personnel pretty well, even without a key player out of the lineup, too.
Yeah, a lot of times that works in your favor. Other guys step up, play a lot better, and they just work really well as a team. And, yeah, McBride did a great job. We went to zone for one possession, and they just tore that up. We said, forget that. So maybe I should have stuck with it a little longer, but, yeah, we had a hard time with that, but we'll get back at it.
And obviously they had five guys in double figures, and Carter McQuigg has really been playing well for them throughout the year. He ends up with a double-double, so you had a lot to deal with there just with their balance that they were able to bring as well.
Yeah, that's tough. That's the way we want to play, be a balanced group, which we have been all year. But, yeah, McQuigg in the middle there, he's tough. I don't know how many and-ones he had or they had as a team, but it was way too many.
Well, and of course, now you turn your attention. You thought originally this might be a doubleheader weekend, but the forecast is held together with the snow, so you get one game in, Ross, so at least you get that in before this weather rolls through tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm glad we get to play because we don't know when the next time we'll be able to get at a gym is, so we're ready for it.
Obviously, too, tonight, Lanesville here on the road. It's a big rivalry matchup in the county coming in, and, of course, they're 3-9 coming in, but it looks like, Ross, they're playing a lot better here lately, so as you look at this Eagles team, what stands out to you about their team coming in?
Yeah, we don't even watch the early season film on them because they're a totally different team now. We watched them get a nice buzzer-beater win against a good Christian Academy team. And then we've seen how good Orleans is, and we watched them play them even for well into the third quarter. So they've got a lot going well. And, of course, this is one of the tougher places to play around here. So we're not taking them lightly by any means.
No doubt. Well, obviously, the name that stands out among the rest is Nolan Pierce. He has really had a very good season for them, but they've got a lot of other guys around him who have improved and have gained a lot of experience this year, too.
Yeah, he can score from all areas, and then they got Lieber. Lieber can score a lot, but, yeah, they've got some good guards and a good guy in the middle, too. Petty, he does a lot of good stuff, so we got to be ready for them all.
And one thing you always know about them, Ross, no matter who's coached them over the years, Lanesville always plays with great effort and energy for 4 quarters, and especially here in their home building.
Oh, yeah, been a lot of battles here in this building. We've seen a lot of tight ones, so we're going to have another one, I'm sure, tonight.
And as far as the Cougars go, as tonight coming in, I know you guys have been dealing with a little bit of illness this week, but as far as the rest of the team goes, everybody available, ready to roll tonight?
Yeah, we're a little short-handed, but we've got a squad, next man up, we're ready to go.
Sounds good. Ross, as always, thank you so much for taking the time for the talk. You and the Cougars have a good game here on the road at Lanesville tonight.
Sounds good. Thanks for being here, David.
All right, Ross Schultz, he's with us here in our Davis Crutchstone pregame show. Stay with us. We've got the starters coming up after the break. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Morgan's Auto Salvage has been serving the community for many years and have been in the car business since 1984. Morgan's Auto Salvage has late model car, truck, and now carrying semi-truck parts. Can't find a part? With Nationwide Locator, you can find any part you need for your car, truck, or semi. Located on North State Road 37 in Paoli, Indiana. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Check out their Facebook page at Morgan's Auto Salvage. For questions, call 812-723-2121. Let Morgan's Auto Salvage experience go to work for you.
Well, it is a pretty full house tonight here at Lanesville, as expected, here at the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center. The Eagles of Lanesville hosting the North Harrison Cougars. Let's give you tonight's starters first for the homestanding Eagles. They'll start 4 guards and a forward tonight. They'll go with Aiden Lieber at 6'3" and a junior, averaging 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 2.6 assists per game. Meanwhile, in the backcourt will also be Jaden Schickel at 5'9" and a senior, 4.4 points per game. Isaac Klusmeyer will be the third guard. The 5'8" senior's averaging 5.6 points per game. The forward tonight to start will be Gage Petty at 6 foot and a sophomore, 3 points and 2 rebounds per game. And then Nolan Pierce will be the fourth guard at 6'3" and a sophomore, the team leader with 18.3 points to go with 6.7 rebounds per game for the Eagles. The Eagles average 48.8 and allow 66.2 on average. Head coach Chris Carruthers is in his first season as the Eagles head coach. Their record is 3-9. For the North Harrison Cougars, 5-8 on the season, averaging 56.5 and allowing 61 points per game. They'll go with 2 guards and 3 forwards tonight. Caden Hain, 5'11" and a senior at 1 guard, 5.3 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. Joining him in the backcourt will be Talon Lewis at 6'1" and a junior, a team-high 10.8 points per game to go with 3 rebounds on average. The front court will consist of Dawson Sin, 6 foot and a senior, 7.7 points, 3 rebounds per game. And then Bryce Fessel, 5'11" and a senior, the other forward, averaging 5 points and 2.8 rebounds per game. The third forward, Garrett Tucker, 6 foot and a sophomore, 7.6 points per game to go with 2.4 rebounds per game. Head coach Ross Schultz is in his third season as the head coach at North Harrison, and their record with Ross 13-45 for the 2003 North Harrison alum. The Cougars are in the road blue uniforms tonight, white letters and numbers trimmed in gray. North above the number, Harrison below the number, and the block letters on the front of the jersey. Lanesville wins the opening tip, and the Eagles will control it. The Cougars also have the white stripe flanked by gray on both sides, going down both sides of the uniform. Gray trim around the collar, and then the white field on the back of the jersey above the number. Jaden Schickel misses a 3-point shot from the top of the arc. And the Cougars get the rebound with Fessel, and then Dawson Sen on the other end splashes a three from the left corner. Sen gives the Cougars the early 3-0 lead. The Cougars also have Cougars in white letters across the back of the uniform above the number, NH in block letters on the left side of the shorts. Lanesville controls it now in their front court. The drive and a kick out. Braxton Holland with it. Back over to Pierce. He'll line up a jumper for 15. Missed that one straight on, and the rebound down to Fessel. Up the floor to Talon Lewis. Lewis kick it out. Braxton Holland is starting tonight for Lanesville, so he is out there instead of Isaac Klusmeyer to start this game tonight for the Eagles. Meantime, Dawson Sen has it on the right wing off ball movement. Top of the arc to Lewis, around to Hain on the left side. North Harrison going from left to right. Logan Hune is out there now for the Cougars. He is in place of Garrett Tucker tonight to start this game off. So the Cougars going with a 3-guard lineup instead of the 2-guard lineup they had before. 6:26 to go first quarter. First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Lewis lines up a 3 and cans that one from the left side. Caden Hain finding him open for that shot. 6-0 Cougars quickly. 6:15 left here in the first quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Up the floor is Holland with it. Takes it to the left side, straight away to Nolan Pierce. Pierce jab steps, then goes right and hands it to Aiden Lieber. Lieber takes it down to the free throw line. Just below the SAC letters, that shot spun in and out from 12 feet. Hain with the rebound, pushes it up the floor, and in transition, a layup for Talon Lewis on the right side of the basket. Lewis has 5 points early on for North Harrison. They lead 8-0 now with 5:45 to go here in the opening quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Diamond press, and Lieber throws a bad pass, Holland throws a bad pass past Lieber in the backcourt. Cougars will get it on the right baseline under their own basket. 5:38 to go opening quarter. Inbound to Sen, left to the top of the key. Dawson catching that from Lewis. Right over to Hain now, right side volleyball line. Takes it down to the lane. Nice little up and under move. Goes up and gets that one to go down. Caden driving that into the rim. 10-0. Cougars off to a great start here on the road. Pierce, left side baseline jumper, knocks that down from 12 feet. That was not an easy shot, but Pierce gets the Eagles on the board to start this one off in their scoring tonight. 10-2 now as we come down to the 5-minute mark in the opening quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Lewis with it right side to Hune in the short corner. Back out to Lewis. Hune gets it in the corner, takes it up to the wing. Top of the key to Fessel, back to Logan, fires the 3, rims off left side, rebound down to Jaden Schickel of Lanesville. And up the floor now with it is Pierce, top of the key, takes it, kicks it out to the left corner for a Lieber 3, and he hits that one. Aiden Lieber with the first outside shot the Eagles have made, and all of a sudden they've cut the lead in half at 10-5 with 4.5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Hain with it in the front court, bounces it to Bryce Fessel left side. Right at the top of the arc to Hain, the senior. Bounces it to his classmate Dawson Sen on the left perimeter. Out to Hune in the corner. Logan takes it into the paint, kicks it back out to Sen for a 3. That one's an air ball. Rebound fought for underneath. Fessel comes down with it, circles it out to Hain and then to Hune on the left side. And now, Cougars, Sen getting it down low. Nice reverse move there for Dawson. That was pretty. Left to right for his 5th point. Went right around Lieber for the basket. 12-5 now. 3:53 left here in the first quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Holland with a floater on the left side. Can't get that to go, and a foul is going to be called after the ball caromed off the back of the rim. Bryce Fessel had position, and Gage Petty is the one who did not. He's going to be called for the foul over the back. That'll be the first on Petty, first on the Eagles tonight as far as fouls go.
Harrison limits them to one shot and hits the boards. They are completely shutting them out right now defensively.
There's a drive and a shot that goes awry for Hain. The rebound comes down to Lieber. 12-5, 3.5 minutes to go here in the quarter. There is Pierce driving to the free throw lane. Sen strips it away from him left side. Gives it to Lewis up ahead and to Hain. And then from left baseline to right side, Dawson Sen gets the layup, and he's got 7 all of a sudden. 14-5, lead up to 9. Pierce with it in the front court left side. Straight away to Jaden Schickel. Left side now, Aiden Lieber with it. Lieber slides it across top of the key over to Holland on the right side. Down to the corner, handoff to Schickel. Schickel takes it up to the wing, goes back above the corner to Holland. He'll fake. He'll dribble toward the free throw line, kicks it over to Pierce opposite side. And Pierce trying to drive to the free throw line, but Dawson Sen getting in his way with the bump foul there. Foul on Dawson. That'll be his first and the team's first of the night. Garrett Tucker and Corey Burson in for Caden Hain and Logan Hune for the Cougars. 2:54 to go first quarter. Inbound comes to Pierce left wing. Out front now to Klusmeyer, who's in there for the first time. Gives it to Lieber. He drives into the paint. Throws up a shot off the glass. Not even close. Rebound comes down to Tucker. Garrett goes coast to coast. Misses the layup short off the right side rim. Petty is there to grab the board this time for the Eagles. Up the floor now, Coach Carruthers calls timeout as Nolan Pierce gets it on the left side of the perimeter. 2:34 to go, opening quarter, 14-5. It's North Harrison all over Lanesville here in the early going. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Living with arthritis or an autoimmune condition can be tough, and at Harrison County Hospital, they're here to help, and they're excited to welcome Rachel Waite, APRN, the newest rheumatology specialist. Rachel takes the time to listen, create a treatment plan just for you, and give the support you need to feel your best. Ready to take the next step toward relief? Call her today at 812-734-3800 or learn more at hchin.org/rheumatology. Harrison County Hospital, celebrating 75 years of caring for our community.
2 minutes, 34 seconds remaining here in the opening frame here at the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center. The Eagles Nest on the campus of Lanesville Junior-Senior High School here in the town of Lanesville. On the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, North Harrison possesses a 14-5 lead, 2:34 remaining in the opening quarter. As mentioned, the inbound out of the timeout, Isaac Klusmeyer into the backcourt to Aiden Lieber, across midcourt to Klusmeyer left side, around to Schickel right side, then to Pierce on the arc. Pierce straight away to Gage Petty. Right around it goes to Klusmeyer left side. He'll take it right to the top of the arc. Passes it back to Schickel on the left side to Pierce. Ball gets knocked away from him. Sen with the steal up the floor to Burson. Corey drives it right side, left the layup off the side of the rim. Rebound tipped in the air. Petty had it for a second, but he lost it out of bounds. He and Tucker were contesting for the rebound. So the Cougars will get a chance to reset their offense. Braxton Holland is out for Lanesville. No, he was out anyway. That's the same five out there. Sen gets the inbound, goes up into Petty. The shot off the mark left side, hit the back of the rim. Rebound down to Nolan Pierce. Second time Dawson's missed here in the first quarter, but the first time inside the arc. Up the floor with it is Lieber in the right corner, out to Klusmeyer at the volleyball spike line between the circles. Schickel left side with it to Pierce down on the arc. We'll go up top to Petty, around to Schickel, then down to the right corner to Klusmeyer from the wing. Back out to Schickel. Around it goes now to Lieber, down to the corner to Petty on the left side. Gage Petty turns around, looks inside, threw it right to Bryce Fessel, who's out there with Talon Lewis, Corey Burson, Garrett Tucker, as well as Dawson Sen for the Cougars. Lewis with it up the floor, takes it down to the right arc. Back out to Fessel at the volleyball line, back to Lewis on the handoff. He'll pass it off to Sen, left side, up top to Tucker. Lewis with it right side now. Lanesville about to go back to the bench here. Sen has it off ball movement to the left wing, goes down low, pass a little hot for Burson, got it on the baseline, saved it into Fessel, and as Bryce was trying to make his move, he got his feet tangled up to travel. We'll give it back to Lanesville. The Eagles go to the bench. They'll send Connor Graham in there, 5'8" and a junior at guard, averaging 2.5 points per game, and Luke Doster in for the first time, 6'1" sophomore who has not scored but has 7 rebounds and 4 assists on the season. They're out there with Pierce, Klusmeyer, and Lieber. Pierce up the floor, left side, driving it toward the baseline, and Garrett Tucker going to be called for a forearm check there. Foul on Tucker. Garrett will pick up his first and the team's second with 56.9 seconds to go in the opening quarter with North Harrison in the driver's seat, leading 14-5 over Lanesville. Inbound to Klusmeyer in the backcourt, brings it back across right side into the front court. Has it now, wing extended, bounces above the corner now to Graham. Graham straight away now to new face in the game and Doster. Back over to Graham on the right side. Connor Graham slides it to Klusmeyer, down to the left corner to Pierce, inside to Lieber, goes up over Burson, can't get the shot to go. left it off the side of the rim, and Corey comes away with the rebound. Up the floor to Sen, around to Lewis for a three off the right wing, and that one hits the side of the rim. Bounces left side into the waiting hands of Luke Doster. 20 seconds to go first quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Lanesville with it. Lieber, left side to Pierce. Down to the baseline. Oh, man, losing track of that was Doster. He took his eye off of it for a second. Cougars get it with 11.7 seconds and plenty of time to get one shot here.
Turnovers really hurt Lanesville right now. Big time.
Up the floor with it is Lewis. Takes it to the right corner. Pitches it over to Sen. Out front to Tucker. 1 second to go in the quarter. Garrett lines up a three. Left that one off the right side of the rim short to close out the first quarter. Lanesville getting the rebound. But the Eagles do trail 14-5 at the end of the first quarter here at the Eagles Nest, the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center in Lanesville. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat Low-Fill insulation system makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat insulation system by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Second quarter getting started here at the Eagles Nest. Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center on the campus of Lanesville Junior Senior High School here in the town of Lanesville, along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. North Harrison 6 of 13 in that opening quarter compared to 2 of 8 for Lanesville. The Cougars out to the 14-5 lead. Here's a drive right down the lane for Hain. Kicks it out to Hune, left wing, and he cans a three to start the second quarter of play here in Lanesville. First points of the night for Logan Hune with that. Here's a drive. Pierce. Shot will be waved off. He'll be called for a push-off. Offensive foul going down the right side of the paint. First foul of the night on Nolan Pierce. That's also a turnover on the Eagles as well. So the sophomore picks up his first. That'll be the team's first of the night. Braxton Holland back in there for Lanesville, replacing Pierce.
That's 6 turnovers right now for Lanesville. That's like I said, that's really hurting.
They're also not getting offensive rebounds either.
No.
North Harrison really doing a good job closing them down on the glass.
They're going to shut them off on the offensive boards so far.
Give you the lineup here in just a moment. Burson gets it in the mid-post right side. Baseline. Nice move, and he lays it up and in around Luke Doster. Corey Burson, nice job working his way down from 15 feet on the right side. Makes it 19-5, largest lead the Cougars have had. And North Harrison scored 9 unanswered on Lanesville ever since the Eagles cut a 10-0 lead down to 10-5 early on.
They reacted well to it, that's for sure.
The Eagles circle it around Connor Graham. The junior has it right side, hands it off to Klusmeyer. Between the circles it goes now to Doster, then to the left wing to Braxton Holland. Holland gives it up to Klusmeyer below the timeline left side. Ball got poked loose. He's able to recover it against Hune, and then over to Graham right side to Doster right at the top of the key. Down to the wing to Holland. Holland, the transfer from Corridon, takes it below the top of the key inside the arc. Now gives it out to Lieber on the right wing. Lieber into a double team. Kicks it up to Graham. Graham will back it out now. He'll take it to the free throw line, pull up for the jumper, left that one off the heel of the rim, and Bryce Fessel flies in there to grab that rebound for the Cougars. Up the floor, Hain pulls the trigger on a left wing three. Can't get it to go.
Nice
Fessel
board
there for the offensive rebound putback on the right side off the glass.
Nice board.
21-5. 2 minutes into the second quarter. It's all North Harrison here at the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center tonight. Looking around, Lieber with it. He'll fire a three straight away, and he buries that one from the top of the key.
That's a nice shot there.
Aiden Lieber makes it now a 21-8 lead for the Cougars. And now the Cougars trying to get something going here offensively.
Oh, nice pass.
There's a pass inside to Burson. There's the layup on the left side of the window. 4 points for Corey there.
Garrett Tucker popped that one right into him. Little bounce pass.
Logan Hune, Caden Hain, Bryce Fessel, Garrett Tucker, and Corey Burson on the floor for the Cougars. For Lanesville, it's Braxton Holland, Connor Graham, as well as Isaac Klusmeyer. And then you also throw in Luke Doster out there, as well as Aiden Lieber. Klusmeyer left wing down to the corner to Lieber, drives into the paint, gets the shot up from point blank. It rimmed out on him, and Fessel is able to grab that rebound for the Cougars. Up the floor quickly to Burson, left side, outside the block. Shot is off the right side of the rim. It rolled across the cylinder. The rebound down to Lieber. Up the floor now, right side, Graham into the corner to Klusmeyer on the handoff. Back out now to Lieber between the sideline and the timeline. Lieber now takes it down to the arc. He'll take it across the free throw lane, and as he does, Caden Haynes going to be called for a bump foul there. Foul on Caden, that will be his first, and that will also mark the first foul of the quarter on the Cougars as well. Lanesville goes to the bench. Connor Graham and Isaac Klusmeyer go to the bench. In for them are Aiden Crosby. First time we're seeing him tonight. 5'6" and a sophomore. Actually, it's Braden Crozier, 5'9" and a freshman out there. Not wearing the same number. He tries to throw across the court to Holland. Turnover. Sen with it up the floor. Misses a layup. Got bumped, and the rebound comes down to Lieber under the basket. Dawson drove hard down that right side. Little out of control. Nolan Pierce back in there for Lanesville. Gets open corner three. Hits that one from the left side. Nolan Pierce with his first perimeter shot. He's got 5. Lead is trimmed back to 23-11. Here's Lewis on the other end. 15-footer left elbow off the heel of the rim. The rebound down to the Eagles' Luke Doster. And up the floor now comes Lanesville with it. Lieber gets it from Holland after getting it to him in the right corner. Holland up the sideline on the handoff, and he draws contact, so that'll be a foul on the Cougars coming up here. Talon Lewis will pick up this one. That'll be the first on Talon tonight, team's second of the quarter, with 3:49 to go second quarter, 23-11. Cougars in front on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard.
For the most part, North Harrison is really limiting the Lanesville shots tonight. They're getting one and they're done if they get one.
Well, it is Pierce who gets it on the left side from Doster, takes it up top, dribbles to the left side below the elbow, throws up a tough shot, somehow got that one to go with a hand in the face.
Pierce has awakened. That's the second time he's been able to get in there. So
just looked a little bit off his game in that first quarter. Hain with it at half court to send left side. Back out to Caden at the circle with the Eagle there in the middle of the court. Back to Dawson with a pass to the right wing. Behind Hune, got it anyway. Out to Lewis, 3. That one hits the front, back rim, rolls off, and Holland corrals the rebound, and he'll draw contact in there as well. Corey Burson will be the one tagged with the foul here. That'll be the first on Corey tonight, team's third. Cougars a little limited with their rotation because of the absence of Ryland Shank and Taden Rader, who have both been dealing with illness this week. 3:07 to go second quarter. Timeout North Harrison. The Cougars up 23-13. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
At First Harrison, the Banking Butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. If you need to borrow money for a home loan, car loan, even loans for boats, RVs, you name it, First Harrison Bank will get you competitive rates with fast, local decisions. Apply online at firstharrison.com. The Banking Butler. It's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Real country, pure country. 96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
3 minutes and 7 seconds left here in the second quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. It is 23-13. North Harrison in front of Lanesville. And The Eagles will have the basketball out of the North Harrison timeout. They'll return to the court with Braden Crozier, the 5'9 freshman, 5 points total on the season to go with 1 rebound and 2 assists. Also, Aiden Lieber, Braxton Holland, as well as Luke Doster and Nolan Pierce, who gets the handoff from the left side to the right of the top of the arc. He'll drive it to the left side of the paint, throws up a shot falling down. That one rolls off, and the rebound down to Bryce Fessel on the right side of the court. To Hune in the front court, back to Bryce Fessel, then around to Caden Hain, right side of the half-court circle. Lobs it to Sen in the wing. Dawson drives it inside, and would have been better off to go up with the shot there. However, Hune takes it away in the backcourt from Lieber off the steal. Then he gets fouled as he tries to go up for the shot with 2:28 to go in the quarter. We pay back turnovers here going both ways. Foul on Aiden Lieber of Lanesville. That'll be his first, and that'll be team foul number 2 of the night here in the second quarter on this Eagle team. 2:28 left here until halftime. It's still a 10-point lead. Free throws coming for Logan Hune. 88%, 15 of 17 on the year. He knocks that first one through. He'll get his 4th point of the night with that, and he can push this back to a 12-point lead if he can bury this one. He's got 4 points on the night now. Second free throw up and through the cylinder. Logan's got 5 now. Makes both free throws. First attempts of the night for the Cougars, by the way, who lead 25-13 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. 2:20 to go second quarter. Lanesville circling it around right to left in the front court. Holland takes it 12 feet away, gets stuck in no man's land, tries to lollipop it out to Lieber, who comes down with it left wing. Got the ball knocked loose as he was driving toward the paint, out to Holland, who has it left side. Holland will drive it, kick it into the corner to Aiden Lieber. Lieber looking inside, nothing there. Back out to Holland again, who has it now at the volleyball spike line. Off the bounce into the lane. Turnaround shot from 14 feet. That one's off the back of the rim. Sin comes in right side to get the rebound, and Dawson gives it to Fessel, who pushes it up the floor over to Hune. 3 left wing, off the front of the rim, left that one short. Pierce comes down with the rebound this time for Lanesville. They'll jaunt up the floor now, out to Holland in the left corner. Takes it around top of the arc. Over it goes to Crozier on the right side. Crozier with it on the wing. Skips it back to Pierce for a 3, and that one rimmed out left side. Rebound. Foul going to be called underneath. And I think it's going to go on North Harrison. It will. It'll be on Dawson Sen. That'll be 2 on Dawson now tonight. And that'll be the team's 4th of the quarter. 1:26 to go in the second. The freshman in Crozier checks out for Lanesville, as does Aiden Lieber. They both get a rest on the bench. Luke Doster back out there along with Jaden Schickel and Gage Petty. Pass inside. Shot. Petty couldn't get that to go. Schickel tried to put it up right side. That wouldn't go. The Cougars come down with the rebound. Lewis quickly across the timeline over to Hain on the left side. Caden drives in and draws contact with 1:14 to go. This will be a foul on the floor. Fessel, Lewis, Hain, Hune, and Sen on the floor for North Harrison, although Garrett Tucker is coming back onto the court now. He'll replace Logan Hune in the lineup with 1:14 to go till halftime. 25-13. Hune actually will stay in there. Dawson Sen will go to the bench with those 2 fouls. Foul was on Lanesville's Luke Doster, his first, team's 3rd of the quarter. Inbound goes to Fessel, left baseline, brings it out to the arc, kicks it up to Lewis, straight away to Hune, around to Tucker now right side. Down low to Hain. He's got the advantage inside. Nice move around Holland, and he lays it in. Right side basket for Caden Hain makes it now 27-13. Cougars tie their biggest lead at 14 with 52 seconds remaining until halftime. Holland hands it off to Pierce, who takes it to the top of the arc. He'll pass it off to Schickel right side, backs it out to the volleyball line, back down to the corner to Pierce. Dribbles baseline. Hain cuts him off. Pierce trying to get it out, does so to Doster on the right wing, back to Pierce behind him at the spike line. Pierce takes it top of the arc. Lewis is on him, and Pierce going to be bailed out with a foul call here with 31 seconds to go in the quarter. That's now 2 fouls on Talon Lewis, and that'll be 5 on the Cougars. So Pierce will go to the line now for 2 shots. He has 7 points on the night, 5 here in the second quarter. 31 seconds to go on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard here in the second frame here at Lanesville. First free throw for Pierce on the way. That one rims in. He has not been a great free throw shooter this season. 64%, 33 out of 52 entering this one tonight. He is the team's leading scorer, averaging 18.3 points per game. The second free throw right down the hatch for Pierce. 7 in the quarter, 9 points now on the night. 27-15, 31 seconds to go. Doster will check out for Lanesville, and Aiden Lieber is back on the floor, joining the lineup of Pierce, Gage Petty, Braxton Holland, and Jaden Schickel. The Cougars out there with Talon Lewis, Caden Hain, Bryce Fessel, Garrett Tucker, and Logan Hune. Hain has it on the left side, gives it up below the half-court circle to Fessel, right back to Caden behind him at the circle. Now he'll take it left side on the dribble with 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Hain gets a Fessel screen, dribbles it to the right side, one-on-one with Holland. Hands it off to Hune. Logan will line up a contested three off the back of the rim. Pierce soars up left side of the basket to get the rebound to close out the first half here in Lanesville. Well, the Cougars have the double-digit lead going into halftime on homecoming night here at the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center. Coming up, our halftime report. We'll have first half stats and analysis, and we have time. We'll try to update you on what our schedule does look like, at least for the foreseeable future. So we'll try to pass that along to you. And if we have time for a couple of scores, we'll throw those in as well. North Harrison in front on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard at halftime. They lead Lanesville 27-15. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
At Harrison County Hospital, your health is their top priority. Dr. John Gonzaba and the entire team at General Surgery Associates are proud to expand their surgical expertise with 2 outstanding surgeons. Dr. Karen Johnson-Burkhorst specializes in appendectomy, breast surgery, colonoscopy, gallbladder surgery, hernia repair, and minimally invasive procedures. And Dr. Stephen Thomas focuses on wound care, skin cancers, diabetic foot issues, and more. Call 812-738-0177 today to schedule your appointment. Learn more at hchin.org.
Hi, I'm Emery Jones, Career Education Coordinator at Prosser in New Albany. It's never too late to level up your life. Whether you're changing careers or finishing your education, Prosser Adult Education offers affordable classes to help you earn workforce readiness, improve your skills, or train for a high-demand job. Visit ProsserCareers.com or call us at 812-542-8508 to get started. Prosser Adult Education. Your future, your move.
Halftime is here inside the Eagles Nest, now known as the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center here on the campus of Lanesville Junior Senior High School here in the town of Lanesville. Along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. Lanesville honoring one of their baseball sectional championship teams here tonight. Actually, boys basketball sectional champions, the first ones from the 05-06 season, and certainly a great team that came through here at Lanesville. A lot of great players who wore the purple and white over the years representing this basketball program, which had a lot of success, especially in the mid to late 2000s. That seemed to be the heyday, if you will, of this Lanesville program. And those guys from that first sectional championship team in 2006 being recognized for 20 years after they won their program's first ever sectional championship. And Lanesville since then has won 5 other sectionals in boys basketball, did so the very next year in 2007, also won sectionals in 2010, 2014, 2019, and in 2021 as well. So this was the team that started them on their odyssey of winning sectional championships down here. It's been a while since the Eagles have competed for a sectional title, let alone won one. And the 2006 softball team that won a sectional championship, they're also being recognized here tonight as well. softball sectional 2006. Well, that was their third in program history. The softball program has won 9 sectional titles: 04, 05, 06, 2011, 2013, 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2013 as well. So Lanesville certainly very proud of their championship teams here, as they should be. Had a lot of great athletic achievements and a lot of great athletes who have come through this program here tonight. So they're honoring them as we continue along with our halftime report here from the Eagles Nest, along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. The North Harrison Cougars are in front right now, 27-15 over the Lanesville Eagles. Let's take a look at the first half scoring and shooting. First for Lanesville, it's pretty straightforward. Only 2 guys have scored. Nolan Pierce is the leader so far in the scoring column. He had 2 points in the first quarter off of a jump shot, and then he was able to knock down a 3, a 2, and a pair of free throws in the second quarter. So Pierce had 7 of his 9 in that second quarter. He is leading Lanesville in scoring. Aiden Lieber with 6 points, made a 3 in the first quarter, did so again in the second quarter. So Lieber has 6 points so far. That's it. Pierce with 9, Lieber with 6. That's all the scoring Lanesville has managed here so far tonight. Braxton Holland, Jaden Schickel, Gage Petty, Braden Crozier, Isaac Klusmeyer, Luke Doster, Connor Graham, they've all seen time in this contest tonight. None of those guys have scored for the Eagles. They shot 2 of 8 in the first quarter and then made 3 out of 10 in the second quarter. So Lanesville has really struggled to shoot the ball at a high rate. 5 out of 18 for 28% here in the first half. They have been good at three-point shooting, though. They were 3 out of 5 in that first half, going 1 out of 2 in the first quarter, 2 out of 3 in the second quarter. So 3 out of 5 from behind the arc. Good for 60% here tonight. And then at the free throw line, Pierce has the only 2 free throws for the Eagles, 2 out of 2 from the stripe thus far for Lanesville. For North Harrison, 6 guys have scored. Dawson Sen is the leader for the Cougars. He had all 7 of his points in the first quarter, a 3 and a pair of 2s. Then it was Talon Lewis and Logan Hune who both scored 5 points in that first half. Lewis had a 3 and a 2 there in the early going. Got the Cougars on the board with that early 3-point shot. And then Hune, all 5 of his points in the second quarter, a 3 and a pair of free throws for Logan in that second quarter. So he has 5 points along with Talon Lewis. Corey Burson and Caden Hain both scored 4 in that first half. Hain got 2 in the first quarter, 2 more in the second quarter for that total of 4. And then Burson with a couple of baskets early in the second quarter. He has 4 points as well. Bryce Fessel with a basket for 2 in the second quarter. He has 2 points for the Cougars so far. Garrett Tucker has seen time, but he has yet to score so far for North Harrison. They've basically played 7 so far in this first half. They were 6 out of 13 shooting in the first quarter, 5 out of 12 in the second. The Cougars knocked down a total of 11 out of 25 from behind the three-point, or from the floor overall, 44% in that first half. From behind the three-point line, 2 out of 6 in the first quarter, 1 out of 5 in the second. The Cougars struggling a bit from the outside, 3 out of 11 from long distance, 27%. And Logan Hune stepped up and made the only 2 free throws of the half for North Harrison, 2 out of 2 so far. It was 14-5 at the end of the first quarter. North Harrison led Lanesville. The Cougars did outscore the Eagles 13-10 in that second quarter to take the lead up to 27-15 in a game that has had no ties, no lead changes. North Harrison's led by 14 on 2 different occasions in the first half, 19-5 early on and 27-13 in the second quarter. Looking at the other numbers, rebounding so far to the Cougars, 13-12 over Lanesville so far. The Eagles have 2 offensive rebounds in that total of 12. Pierce is the leader on the glass. He had 4 rebounds in that first half. Gage Petty collected 3 rebounds, 1 on the offensive end. Aiden Lieber, 2 rebounds. Same for Jaden Schickel. Schickel was able to get an offensive rebound. Luke Doster had 2 rebounds in the first half. And then also throw in the 1 rebound Braxton Holland got on the defensive end. 12 rebounds for Lanesville in that first half. North Harrison had 13 boards. Bryce Fessel has been all over the glass. He has 8 rebounds so far to lead everybody in that category. Bryce had 2 offensive rebounds, both for the Cougars both of the Cougars had total in that first half. Caden Hain, Dawson Sen, Garrett Tucker, Corey Burson, and Logan Hune all collected 1 rebound apiece for North Harrison in that first half, 13 total. Turnovers have really been a problem for Lanesville. They gave it up 8 times in that first half compared to 2 for North Harrison. The Eagles dished out 1 assist on 5 made shots. Pierce had that 1 assist. The Cougars had 5 assists on 11 made baskets. Caden Hain has 4 to lead the team so far in that category. Garrett Tucker has the other assist on that pass to Corey Burson in the second quarter. So North Harrison is up 27-15 here at the halftime break here at the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center here in Lanesville. Meantime, taking a look at any other scores around the area tonight. Indiana, by the way, their men went on the road to Rutgers. They go on to win by a final score of 82-59. So the Hoosier men bounced back from that 3-game losing streak they were carrying into Piscataway. Meantime, Providence facing Henryville tonight. Do not have a score on that one. Also, Silver Creek playing New Albany down in Sellersburg tonight. And at last check, halftime at Providence, they led 14-11 over Henryville. So that's the only other score we've got right now. And also girls basketball, we've got that on the schedule next Tuesday night here on 96.9 WKLO. We'll see what happens with that as North Harrison's girls are scheduled to travel to Madison. We'll take one more break. Third quarter coming up next. It's North Harrison leading Lanesville 27-15 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corden has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options, they make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corden. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
Third quarter getting started here at the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center here in Lanesville on the campus of Lanesville Junior-Senior High School. Junior varsity game earlier tonight. North Harrison won that pretty handily. Something to the tune of 53-28, I believe. Meanwhile, Silver Creek leading New Albany 44-28, just getting into the third quarter over at the Dragons Lair in Sellersburg. Only other score update we have, at least to this point. Corydon Central is hosting Salem tonight over there at the Panther Dome. Trying to see if there's an update from that particular matchup. Panthers facing a conference opponent, and at last check at halftime, it was Corydon Central leading Salem 25-19. The Panthers lost a heartbreaker to Charlestown at home last night by a final score of 67-64. We were supposed to cover that game tomorrow night, but that got pushed up to Thursday, and not only that, probably won't be any boys games tomorrow with the way the snow forecast is unfolding right now. Lanesville has the ball to start the second half. Braxton Holland to Nolan Pierce right wing. Eagles going from left to right here in the second half. While North Harrison will go right to left. Cougars in the road blue uniforms. Lanesville in the home white uniforms. Give and go and a drive. Jaden Schickel going to the right baseline, drawing the foul in the act of shooting. And the foul will be on Logan Hune of North Harrison. That'll be the first on Hune tonight. Hain, Hune, Bryce Fessel, as well as Dawson Sen and Talon Lewis on the floor to start this half for the Cougars. First free throw drops for Jaden Schickel to trim the lead back to 27-16. Schickel 3 out of 4 at the free throw line this season. Coming into tonight. Second free throw up. He left that one short. Hain goes up to get the rebound, pushes it quickly to Talon Lewis, who runs it up the floor right side. Lanesville with the purple letters and numbers. Lanesville italicized, all capital letters over the front of the uniform above the number. The purple chevron on both sides of the shorts at the bottom with the Eagle logo on both sides holding the basketball, and then the double purple stripes around the shoulder, the purple stripes around the collar as well. Also have the Eagle basketball logo on the back of the jersey above the number. Hain takes it into the lane right side, throws up a wild shot, misses off the glass, and Aiden Lieber is able to grab the rebound for the Eagles, pushes it up the floor, right corner to Jaden Schickel, out to the wing now to Lieber. Lieber straight away to Holland. He'll take it right side, pop it to Gage Petty. Petty down to the corner now to Lieber. Lieber dribbles it toward the right block, stops short. Kuhn did a good job cutting him off, out to Schickel, then left side to Holland. Holland has it. Dawson Sen trying to knock it away from him. He does, however, Dawson's going to be called for a foul, and Ross Schultz didn't like that call very much at all. That foul on Dawson's going to be his third. He did push off a bit there when they were trying to go after the basketball at midcourt on that left side, and that nudge was just enough to get the foul call there.
Something knocked it loose, and then the second time he shoved, and that's what they got him for.
That's 3 on Dawson, who had a great first quarter. However, he has really not been able to get into any kind of offensive rhythm since then. Gage Petty off the pass from Holland at the top of the key. Down to the left baseline to Lieber. Underneath, open Schickel. Shot blocked. Fell down, got his own rebound, then threw it away to Lewis on the left baseline. Up the floor now, Hune drives it into the paint, spins, draws the foul there, a bump on Lanesville. And this one, I believe, will go on Braxton Holland, the 5'6" junior. And that foul on Holland will be his first. That'll be the team's first here in the third quarter. 6:09 to go here in the third, 27-16. It's North Harrison in front of Lanesville here at the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center. First free throw is up and through the cylinder for Hune, who gets his 6th point of the night. Makes this a 12-point advantage on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Hune lines up the second attempt and buries that one. He's made all 4 at the line, has 7 points, 29-16. Coming down to 6 minutes to go third quarter. First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Lieber up the floor to Holland left side. Tosses it over to Schickel on the right. Then handoff to Pierce, who takes it down to the free throw line. Tried to go to Petty, but it went in front of him down to the baseline. And before he could save it, Schickel touched it as it went out of bounds. So another turnover. Lanesville had 8 in that first half, and that was one of the biggest issues the Eagles had besides their rough shooting performance.
Yeah, the turnovers have hit them hard. Key places throughout the game so far.
Sen with it right side, driving down into the paint from the right wing, and foul is whistled on Lanesville. This will be called on Gage Petty. And Petty will pick up his second, not in the act of shooting, so there will be no free throws coming up here for Dawson Sen. The inbound from Hain, lobbed back to Fessel, left to the top of the key. Back to Caden, who takes it to the left side, gets into the paint, turns again, almost got it stripped away, and he's going to be called for a travel, but the ball got knocked loose while that was happening.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Not exactly sure what happened there, but 29-16 now, 5.5 minutes to go. Cougars definitely not off to a great start offensively here in this quarter, but their defense has kept Lanesville at arm's length. Here's Holland with it on the right side. He'll take it into the paint at the SAC letters below the free throw line. Handed it to Pierce. He got it taken away. Lewis up the floor to Hune. Layup good. Left side off the glass. And that will result in a North Harrison. Well, I thought it was going to be a timeout. Hune now with 9. The largest lead now is 15. Is that a bench warning or a delay of game warning on North Harrison?
I believe it is, because he's I don't know if he's told him to get back in the box or what's on that.
I mean, if you've been here before, there's really not much room in the box. Now, the benches have been pushed back a little bit further. They have room with these new bleachers, but there's really not very much room over there. And then a travel on the other end as Pierce got a handoff on the right side. He shuffled the foot, so double-digit turnovers now for Lanesville.
2 trips and 2 turnovers, and that's what killed them the first half.
10 on the night now for the Eagles. Schickel is out, as is Lieber.
I'm just guessing, but I think Schickel may be one of those fellows that's not feeling very well. He just kind of acts like he's not feeling 100%.
A little bit lethargic out there. Isaac Klusmeyer checks in. Joining Braxton Holland, Nolan Pierce, Gage Petty, and then Connor Graham, who's also back onto the floor. First time here in the second half. Graham, 5'8" and a junior, 2.5 points on average. Hain has it for North Harrison right side. Out to Hune, corner 3. Can't get that to go. Fessel tried to tip it up. It wouldn't go. And then Holland is the one who comes down with the rebound for Lanesville. Hune was open on that, above that right corner. Couldn't get it to go. Pierce with it right side. Dribbles to the free throw line. Puts up the one-legged shot, and he got it to go.
Falling away, one-legged shot.
makes that, make it 31-18. Lead down to 13 now for the Cougars. Hune has it in the front court, top of the key to Fessel. Fires a left corner three. That one rimmed out on him. Rebound comes down to Petty, left side of the lane. Bryce coming in, just 1 out of 14 from long distance. That one, though, had a chance. By the way, Isaac Klusmeyer in there for Lanesville. I don't know if I mentioned that before, as Pierce gets it on the left side on the handoff. Graham setting a screen for him as Pierce takes it to the top. Nolan Pierce drops it off to Gage Petty, left arc. Straight away to Holland. Looks right, now dribbles back to the left. Stops, doesn't have his dribble. The Cougars really got to try to bail him out. He goes back door to Pierce, who misses the layup. Rebound, put back, and a foul is going to be called as Gage Petty got the offensive rebound. Dawson Sen is going to be called for his 4th personal foul on that rebound, and that's going to be the 2nd on the team in the quarter. So the 6-foot senior for North Harrison about to go to the bench with that 4th foul. He has been a magnet tonight when it comes to picking up those personals. Free throw for Gage Petty. He buries that one. Came in 8 out of 15 on the season on free throws. He gets his first point of the night. Schickel had his first point on free throws before, as Pearson Lieber had all 15 points in that first half. 3:38 to go in the third. Free throw number 2 is off the front of the rim, and Burson in there gets the rebound. Corey in for the first time. Up the floor, Fessel. Layup, missed it left side. Got his own rebound under the basket. Bryce gets it out to Burson. Straight away, 3 wide open. Rattles it in. Corey Burson, 7th point of the night.
Big man can shoot.
He's a lefty, but he lines it up beautifully. 34-19, the lead up to 15 again for the 2nd time in the quarter. 3:13 left here in the third on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Holland with it, transfers it over to Pierce on the right arc. In between the circles to Connor Graham. Klusmeyer left side, down to the corner to Holland. Holland takes it up to the left arc. Looks right, looks left, goes left, and hands it to Isaac Klusmeyer. He'll take it to the right elbow, pitch it to Pierce. He'll drive it into the paint, turns, ball came loose. Hain dives after it on the right baseline. Klusmeyer trying to tie him up. And a timeout is granted to North Harrison.
Ross yelled that timeout real quick.
2:48 to go, third quarter. North Harrison leading Lanesville 34-19 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
At Harrison County Hospital, your health is their top priority. Dr. John Gonzaba and the entire team at General Surgery Associates are proud to expand their surgical expertise with 2 outstanding surgeons. Dr. Karen Johnson Burkhorst specializes in appendectomy, breast surgery, colonoscopy, gallbladder surgery, hernia repair, and minimally invasive procedures. And Dr. Stephen Thomas focuses on wound care, skin cancers, diabetic foot issues, and more. Call 812-738-0177 today to schedule your appointment. Learn more at hchin.org.
Are you looking for top quality Chris Stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Chris Stone in DePaul. At Davis Chris Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality Chris Stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Chris Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
2:48 left here in the third quarter. North Harrison out of the timeout, gets the inbound from Tucker to Lewis, and now it will be Talon who brings it up the floor and gives it over to Bryce Fessel above the left corner. Back out to Talon at the volleyball spike line on the left side. And now Burson gets it left baseline. Awkward shot along the baseline, left it off the side of the rim there. He's got it behind the backboard when he shot that, and now it's Lieber with it in the front court for Lanesville. He dribbles to the sideline, and he lost it off his leg out of bounds, so North Harrison will get it on another miscue from the purple and white. Logan Hune returns to action. He'll replace Talon Lewis in the lineup for the Cougars. North Harrison in front, 34-19, 2:14 left here in the third quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Here, driving it right side, right into contact. A foul is going to be whistled on Luke Doster of Lanesville. That's going to be his second personal. Doster checked in during that break, the 6'1 sophomore. That'll be the team's second of the quarter. 2 shots for Logan Hune. He has 9 points on the night. He would be the first Cougar in double figures if he can knock these in. First one is on the way. He hits that easily. Made all 5 of his attempts at the line tonight. The lead is now 16 for North Harrison here on the road. Second free throw is on the way. This one's short. Rebound, Tucker tipped it up, and Nolan Pierce comes down with it for the Eagles. Now, back the other way with it. It's Lieber lining up the 3, top of the arc. Couldn't get that to go. Hain comes down with the rebound for North Harrison. And driving it, drawing contact, a blocking foul. Doster trying to take the charge as Hain was driving right down the middle of the paint there.
Stepped over in front of him too late. Caught him with the edge of his thigh.
It's going to be 3 on Doster, team's fourth of the quarter on Lanesville. Free throws coming for Caden Hain. First one is up. He knocks that one down. Caden has, he was rough to start the season on free throws, but he's gotten better as the season has gone along. He is making 59% entering this matchup tonight.
He looks very confident on that one. They've worked on that a lot, I'm sure.
Well, as a team, North Harrison's making 70%, and this was a team, I want to say maybe the first week or two of the season, they were making like 55, 60% of their free throws. We got a returnee, Braden Crozier, back in there for the Eagles. And he comes in for Holland. So it's Crozier along with Lieber. Klusmeyer, second free throw down the hatch for Caden. He's got 6 points now. The lead is up to 37-19 with 1:50 to go in the third. Hain checks out. Preston Wellman is in for him for the first time tonight. Wellman, 5'11", and a senior with 1 point, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, and 3 deflections in 7 prior games coming in. 1:44 to go here in the third. Lanesville circling it. Klusmeyer to Pierce on the right wing, up to Crozier, and then Pierce fires a 3 left to the top of the key that misses off the right side of the rim. Hune runs down the rebound against Graham in the right corner. And the Cougars with 1:25 left in the third, leading 37-19 over Lanesville. Garrett Tucker back out on the floor. There's a bad pass from Hune to Fessel, and Bryce trying to stop Connor Graham before he could get to the basket. Fouled him just on the Lanesville side of half court.
Didn't help. He lost the ball and then fouled.
Well,
Didn't need to foul.
Normally you foul that far away, it's not good, but honestly, it did stop him from getting an easy layup.
He had a layup if he hadn't.
There's the upside, I guess, on that.
Frustration.
Well, it was not a great pass, but Bryce also didn't really meet the pass either. Pierce drives right baseline, gets it underneath. Graham falls down, surrounded by Cougars, kicks it out, and Lieber is open for a 3 in the left corner. He knocks that one down. Aiden Lieber's 9th point of the night. 37-22, 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Lanesville calling the timeout here late in the quarter, trailing by 15 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
At First Harrison, the Banking Butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. First Harrison is here to make it easy for local business owners with real estate loans, construction loans, SBA loans, lines of credit, treasury management, and merchant services. You will get competitive rates and fast local decisions. The Banking Butler. It's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Living with arthritis or an autoimmune condition can be tough, and at Harrison County Hospital, they're here to help, and they're excited to welcome Rachel Waite, APRN, the newest rheumatology specialist. Rachel takes the time to listen, create a treatment plan just for you, and give the support you need to feel your best. Ready to take the next step toward relief? Call her today at 812-734-3800 or learn more at hchin.org/rheumatology. Harrison County Hospital, celebrating 75 years of caring for our community.
Well, we're approaching the end of the third quarter here at the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center here on the campus of Lanesville Junior Senior High School. North Harrison 37-22 after the Aiden Lieber three-pointer. They press, but the Cougars break it, and Logan Hune drives all the way, cruising down the left side of the lane for the easy layup.
Kind of gave that a little tuck and glided in by everybody and laid it up.
That's 12 for Logan tonight, 7 in the quarter, 42 seconds and counting here in the third. 39-22, Cougars in front. It's Lieber with it on the right wing for Lanesville. Kicks it out left to the top of the key to Braden Crozier, the freshman, to Klusmeyer left wing. Back out to Lieber at the left of the top of the key. And the foul is going to be whistled underneath on Preston Wellman. North Harrison, that'll be the first on Preston. He was trying to clear out Nolan Pierce. That'll be the team's 5th of the quarter as well. So that'll put Lanesville in the double bonus for the last 29.6 seconds of the quarter. Pierce's first free throw hit the front, hit the back, and fell in off the cylinder. So Pierce gets his 12th point of the night, his 3rd free throw on 3 attempts now. 4 out of 4 as he cans that one. He's got 13 total now on the night. 39-24, 25 seconds to go in the third. Hune with it to Tucker. Cross-court pass left side. Too hot for Fessel, and unlike Callie Alston at Orleans last Thursday, he's not going to save that one.
No, he's not going to get that one.
That one that just rolled right into the left corner. Garrett put too much heat on that. Talon Lewis checks in, replacing Preston Wellman. Out there with Hune, Fessel, Tucker, and Burson for the Cougars. For Lanesville, it'll be Braden Crozier, Isaac Klusmeyer, as well as Aiden Lieber, Nolan Pierce, and Connor Graham. Pierce gets it from Klusmeyer right side beyond the arc. He takes it up to the volleyball line. Lewis on him. He just pushed off, and that'll be an offensive foul on Nolan Pierce. A turnover to go with it. That'll be his 2nd personal, and I think both of his fouls tonight have been offensive.
Yep.
He committed his first one early 2nd quarter. 6.5 seconds to go now in the quarter. The inbound comes from Garrett Tucker. He looks down the floor, throws a dangerous pass that's deflected out of bounds off of Connor Graham. He was trying to find Lewis there across the timeline right, but 5.2 seconds left now. Garrett playing with fire now the last 2 passes he's thrown.
He definitely has. He put the whammy on it.
Inbound to Fessel in the backcourt. Oh, Bryce crosses over, kicks it out to Lewis. Left wing 3. Oh, it's spun out at the horn. Lieber gets the rebound on the left side of the basket to close out the 3rd quarter. On the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard at the end of 3 here at the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center, the North Harrison Cougars lead the Lanesville Eagles 39-24. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
Are you looking for top quality Crestone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crestone in DePaul. At Davis Crestone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality Crestone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crestone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
North Harrison in front, heading into the 4th and final quarter of regulation here at the Eagles Nest on the campus of Lanesville Junior Senior High School. The Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center, as it's now known. Along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. Cougars have the ball to start the quarter, circle it around. Fessel inside to Tucker, back out straight away to Bryce, and he cans his 2nd 3 of the season with that one from the top of the key. Missed one in the 3rd quarter. That was a nice shot, though. Bryce not known for being a shooter, but that was a good one for him to get down there at the top of the arc. Lanesville with it. Lieber gets it from Pierce. Cross-court pass left to right. Hand off to Holland behind. He takes it out to the volleyball spike line. Takes it top of the key over to Graham on the left wing. He'll get a screen, dribble up. Gives it up to Lieber right at the top of the arc. Lieber now dribbles free throw line out to Pierce. Corner 3 right side. And that one.
Nice shot.
Garrett Tucker was a little late getting out there on the closeout. That's 16 on the night for Nolan Pierce. Here's a pass inside. Burson. Lewis finding him from the left baseline into the lane. And Corey's got his 9th point of the night. Makes it now a 44-27 North Harrison lead. Cougars well in front right now. And here's a foul as the Eagles circle it around the perimeter. And a foul will be whistled on North Harrison. Dawson Sen will replace Garrett Tucker in the lineup. Foul was on Corey Burson. That'll be his second. That'll be the team's first of the quarter on the Cougars. Connor Graham is out of the lineup for Lanesville, and for him is Jaden Schickel. Inbound thrown to the top to Schickel, but Fessel steals it, drives it, misses the right side layup. Rebound tipped into the freshman in Braden Crozier, so he gets the rebound for Lanesville. Up the floor now with it. Lieber takes it left block, turns, forces the shot up. It got a friendly roll off the side rim there from 8 feet away. Lieber's got his 11th point of the night, his first 2, and the lead down to 15.
Fessel right down the middle.
And Bryce with a drive on the other end. 7 for him on the night. 5 in the fourth quarter. 46-29. 6:09 to go in the fourth. Dribbling it off his foot is Pierce. Diving to get it is Hain. Gives it to Lewis, who's streaking behind him. Talon drives it to the rim. Misses it right side short. Sends putback is also short as he falls. Rebound underneath to Crozier. And then Burson got it, missed it, and then Crozier got it back. Now the other way, Pierce hands it to Holland, and he knocks down a 3 from the right wing. So the Cougars come up empty on the trip, missing 3 layups. A timeout is called from the Lanesville bench with 5:44 to go in the fourth quarter. Lanesville is trailing 46-32 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. We'll stay with it for right now, but the Cougars
momentum swing here.
Cougars trying to finish this one off here tonight. And Lanesville playing with a lot of scrappiness, as you would expect. And their young team is really starting to piece some things together out there on the floor.
Full court pressure is helping right now. That'll North Harrison a couple of plays right in a row, and then that is let Lanesville roll back up some more points.
North Harrison not finishing around the rim in the manner that they need to. They're leaving a lot of shots right off the side rim. Certainly playing a factor in that as well. Meanwhile, the Cougars have it and turn it over. Pierce gets it at the free throw line. Lets Hain go by. Left the layup off the side of the rim, however, and the rebound tipped out of bounds. It'll be off of Jaden Schickel out of bounds. So the Cougars catch a break there. Pierce got his 16th point with that 3 a little bit ago. Holland, by the way, his first points of the night with his 3. Hain, cross court to Fessel. Down to Burson, right side wide open. He'll lay it in. Well, it worked out.
Yeah, made a good play out of that, but boy, that was
that long cross-court pass.
Long cross-court.
Never the primary option and never the optimal option when it comes to breaking a press. Here's Holland with it up top. He'll take it to the right, or left elbow rather, straight away out to the freshman Crozier. Crozier around to Schickel, who throws it down low to Pierce, right block. It's stolen away. Caden Hain gets it on the ground, and then Burson the other way, coast to coast, AM with the layup at his 13th point of the night. The junior at 6'4" gives the Cougars a 50-32 lead. That equals their biggest advantage in this matchup. Schickel driving from the right wing. Gets bumped as he gets to about 15 feet away. Foul on Caden. That's going to be his second now. And that will be the team's second of the quarter. Corey Burson is out. Dawson Sen returns to the lineup for North Harrison. He'll join a lineup of Logan Hune, Talon Lewis, Caden Hain, as well as Dawson Sen. Here's Holland lining up a 3 from the right corner, and he knocks that one down.
Nice, quick shot. Good release on that one.
He's actually been a good three-point shooter, 46% on the season. He now makes it a 50-35 lead for North Harrison. 4:23 left, fourth quarter. First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. They circle it around. Lewis left side, right side to Hain below the timeline. Then back over to Lewis on the left side to Hune with it on the left wing. Dribbles 15 feet away. Turns, has Sen out on the perimeter. Lanesville throwing a trap now. Sen with it left wing, gets it into the corner. Hunes wide open for the three, and he rims it in. Logan Hunes, 15th point of the night. The first tray he's made in the second half, his second of the night. Here's a response the other way. Holland with a left corner three. That one's off the back of the rim high. Hayne with the rebound, drives it up the floor to Hunes, wide open left side for the layup.
No look pass. That was pretty.
Now the Cougars have eclipsed the 20-point lead. 3.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 55-35 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Lieber gets top of the key with it in the front court to Pierce left side. Takes it free throw line. Pulls up. The jumper misses. It rolled off right side and front side of the rim. Hayne comes down with the rebound. Lets the traffic go by. And then tosses it up the floor to Sen in the right corner. To Lewis on the wing. Lewis will pull up and he'll rim in a 13-footer from the right side of the lane. 7 for Talon Lewis now. 57-35. 3 minutes to go in the fourth. This one's starting to slip away from Lanesville. Lieber dribbles it to the left arc over to Holland right at the top of the key. Braxton Holland takes it now to the left perimeter and draws a little bit of a foul there. Not a lot of contact on Hune, but enough to warrant the foul call. Foul on Logan. His second, team's third of the quarter. They're going to say that's his first of the night. Okay. Well, for some reason I marked one. I must have accidentally marked him down for one earlier, so that is his first because I don't have his number written down anywhere either. Less than 3 minutes to go, 57-35. North Harrison in front and in control here on the road at the Eagles' Nest. Work it around, and now a new face in the game, and that is Wade Freiberger, 5'5" and a freshman. Holland has it at the free throw line, and a foul is going to be whistled, or a jump ball, actually. Wade Freiberger in there for Lanesville, Freiberger. He actually has seen a little time at the varsity level this season. 4 games, 2.3 points per game average. Inbound comes to the corner. Lanesville with another face in there. Dalton Allen, who is 6 foot and a freshman. His older sister Shelby, part of those back-to-back state championship teams here at Lanesville in 2023 and 2024. Freiberger with it right side, up top to Holland. He'll take it to the free throw line, fakes. Hune doing a good job standing his ground. Then the pass to Freiberger on the right sideline goes through his hands out of bounds. Turnover to North Harrison with 2:16 left. 57-35. Jake Roof is going to come in for the first time for the Cougars tonight. The 6'1" senior at forward had 11 points last Friday night in their win over Eastern Pekin on throwback night. Preston Wellman also returns to the lineup for the Cougars. Wellman up the right side, Freiberger pressuring him. Garrett Tucker also on the floor along with Logan Hune, as well as Talon Lewis. Cougars, Lewis with it, around to Hune on the left side, right side to Tucker. Jab steps, lines up the three, missed it back of the rim. Rebound run down. It's Braden Crozier who gets it for Lanesville. And up the floor, a foul is going to be called as Crozier crosses midcourt on the left side. Garrett Tucker going to be called for contact there. That'll be the second on Garrett. Team's fourth of the quarter now. 1:49 left here in the fourth quarter with North Harrison up 22. Cougars about to go to 6-8 with the win. And not only that, they're about to win their 7th in a row over Lanesville. Never lost to them when Lou LaFave was head coach. Freiberger driving right side, and that's going to be a foul whistled as Jake Roof and Logan Hune were there to try to stop him. Hune's going to be called for the personal. That'll be his second, team's fifth, so that'll send Wade Freiberger to the free throw line for 2 shots for Lanesville. Freiberger, only 5'5" and a freshman. Lanesville just doesn't have any size outside of Pearson Lieber. Really don't have anybody taller than 6 foot. Gage Petty's next. Freiberger knocks in the free throw. He is now 2 out of 2 at the line this season. A couple of new faces in the game for the Cougars. Ross said he was going to dress somebody as number 3, and we've got Eli Vogler out there. The freshman at 5'9". Free throw number 2, rims out. Rebound, Colson Christie, he's in there. He's a freshman at 6'1", hasn't played any varsity until tonight. Out there with Preston Wellman and Jake Roof. Vogler has it, half-court circle. Dribbles it down to the right wing, gives it to Wellman. He gets fouled as he dribbled it up to the top of the key. He fired up a 17-foot shot there, and Wellman is going to go to the line for 2 shots. He got smacked across the grill there.
He got a wide open hand right to the face, hard.
Dalton Allen will pick up the foul for Lanesville. The freshman will pick up his first. Team's first of the quarter, and Wellman buries the free throw. Preston coming in 1 out of 4 on free throws in his prior 7 games. His first point of the night. 58-36, 1:27 to go in the fourth. Second free throw off the back of the rim. Rebound down to Allen of Lanesville. Gets it to Freiberger, flies up the floor into the lane, dumps it off to Allen on the right side. He gets it taken away by one of the JV players for North Harrison, and then he gives it to Wellman up the floor, who will draw a foul. Damn. Well, Wade Freiberger will pick up the foul. That'll be his first, team's second of the quarter. And then he steals it in the backcourt, and Freiberger misses the layup. Short, Doster got the rebound, and he drew a foul. So that'll send him to the free throw line. Luke Doster. The foul will be on Jake Roof of North Harrison. So that'll be the first on Jake tonight. Team's over the limit now. So 2 shots coming up here for Doster. First one is up and through the cylinder. First point of the night for Luke Doster. 58-37 North Harrison with 1:10 to go in the fourth quarter on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Second free throw off the front rim. Jake Roof is able to come down with the rebound. Up the floor to Vogler. Baseline drive, and a foul is going to be whistled on Lanesville. It might be on Dalton Allen again. Yep, it will. He was going to be called for the block. That's going to be 2 quickly here on Allen, and that'll be the team's third here in the fourth quarter. Inbound, drive, layup, and an offensive foul. Going to be whistled on the Cougars.
Wow.
Camden Tincher, 5'10" and a freshman. He's out there, so he draws the offensive foul. Camden getting in here late. He got rewarded for his good play in the JV game. No free throws because of the offensive foul. Lanesville with it. Dylan Heck at 5'9" and a junior is out there now. Hands it off to Braden Crozier up top. Over to Freiberger on the right side. Wade Freiberger drives, lost it. Retrieves it, though, at the right side volleyball line as the final 30 seconds approach. Allen also out there along with Doster. And now a pass inside. Allen turns, baby hook, left it off the front of the rim, short left side. Doster offensive rebound, put back is up and good. Luke Doster's first field goal, his third point tonight. Lead is down to 58-39. And then I think Eli Vogler got a basket there. Yep, Vogler gets his first and only basket of the night. Lanesville losing it down on the other end of the floor under the basket, and that will do it. So, and with that, the North Harrison Cougars are walking out of this building with another win. They have now won 7 in a row over Lanesville. Over the last few seasons, they have dominated this series and now lead it 19-13, dating back to the 1993-1994 season. The Cougars have now won 3 straight here at Lanesville and are 9-6 over the last 32 years in this building. The final score tonight on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, it is North Harrison winning over Lanesville 60-39. The Cougars now 6-8 on the season, have won 2 of their last 3. As for Lanesville, they fall to 3-9 after taking the loss here on their homecoming night against the Cougars. Coming up, we've got our Davis Crushstone post-game show. We'll have final stats and analysis. We'll also get a chance to chat with Ross Schultz, North Harrison head coach as well. And then we'll let you know what our schedule looks like as far as the upcoming broadcasts as well. All of that coming up on our Davis Crushstone post-game show. The final tonight on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, it is North Harrison 60, Lanesville 39. You're listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat low-fill insulation system makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat insulation system by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
At Harrison County Hospital, your health is their top priority. Dr. John Gonzaba and the entire team at General Surgery Associates are proud to expand their surgical expertise with 2 outstanding surgeons. Dr. Karen Johnson Burkhorst specializes in appendectomy, breast surgery, colonoscopy, gallbladder surgery, hernia repair, and minimally invasive procedures. And Dr. Stephen Thomas focuses on wound care, skin cancers, diabetic foot issues, and more. Call 812-738-0177 today to schedule your appointment. Learn more at hchin.org.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corden has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options, they make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corden. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
Real country, pure country. 96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
Well, the North Harrison Cougars knew it was going to be tough coming on the road to beat Lanesville, even though they've made it look a lot easier here in recent years. The Cougars coming into a night where Lanesville celebrated their homecoming, and the Eagles put up a pretty good fight early on in the game at North Harrison, able to get out to a 14-point lead in the early going there in that second quarter. The Eagles were able to trim that lead back and ended up down by 12 at halftime in the third quarter. The teams basically played about even. North Harrison able to make some big plays offensively, able to keep the Eagles at bay defensively, especially in that third quarter when their offense really wasn't working all that well for them. But the Cougars did get their offense going again in that fourth and final quarter. That was enough for them to be able to keep Lanesville at distance tonight. And also the first time that a North Harrison freshman, Eli Vogler, scored his first 2 varsity points with a late jump shot there in the waning seconds. North Harrison ends up winning by their largest margin tonight. Their largest lead of the game was the final tally, 60-39. The Cougars winning by 21 here at Lanesville, picking up their 3rd consecutive victory over the Eagles in this building and their 7th in a row over Lanesville overall. So the Cougars now lead the series 19-13, dating back to the 1993-94 season. North Harrison had lost 7 of their previous 8 true road games coming in, and had lost 3 out of 4 against non-conference teams in true road games. But the Cougars are able to win this one tonight and now improve to 4-11 on the road in non-conference games with head coach Ross Schultz, and are now 6-20 with Coach Schultz in true road games here in his 3rd season. We welcome you to our Davis Crushstone postgame show here on 96.9 WKLO, streaming online, WKLO969.com, as well as on your Alexa. Just say, Alexa, listen to 96.9 WKLO. And you can also listen on our YouTube channel, WKLO 96.9 is the YouTube channel. So if you want to listen to us, you have a variety of options to do so. The North Harrison Cougars come on the road tonight and get a nice win over Lanesville. Again, the final was 60-39. The Cougars pick up the victory here on the road, even though the offensive performance was a bit uneven at times. The Cougars able to put enough together there in the second half. Defense was pretty good throughout the course of the night. Lanesville kind of got hot there in that fourth quarter and started knocking down some shots. Never really looked like they were ever going to get back within screaming distance of North Harrison on the scoreboard. So the Cougars had built up enough of a lead. They led by double digits I think, the entirety of the second half. I don't think Lanesville ever got the lead back within 10 the entire time. So no ties, no lead changes tonight here for the Cougars as Ross Schultz comes up to join us here in our Davis Crushstone postgame show tonight. It's a little crowded up here. We're actually in a nest that might actually have an eagle living in it when we're not here. That's about how small this area is. So we'll try to ease Ross in here as much as we can. And, we'll get him a seat there. He deserves it. He stood all night on that sideline down there. It's kind of hot up here, too, so we'll make the best of it. But Ross joins us here in our Davis Crushstone postgame show tonight. Cougars win 60-39. Well, Ross, the run over Lanesville continues. That's now 7 straight wins for the Cougars in this series, 3 in a row here in this building. We talked about it before. It's always a tough place to play. It was a great crowd tonight, great atmosphere, and your guys did a great job coming out ready from the jump tonight.
Yeah, I think so. You talk about me staying up the whole time. That's because my players don't give me a seat. So yeah. But it was, you're right, it's always a tough place to play. And I knew they would come out and make it tough, and they did. They're a good ball club, playing a lot better than they were beginning of the season. But, man, our defense, another 4-quarter effort I'm really proud of on the defensive end.
Well, you guys really got your offense started, I think, because of your defense tonight, getting steals, getting deflections, getting out in the open floor, and it really seemed like it opened things up and gave you guys a lot of confidence there in the early going.
Yeah, it did, for sure. Once you can get some of those easy buckets out there, it just makes everything a lot easier, and that's what we try to do, and it opens everything up in the half court for us. But, yeah, we had a couple defensive possessions. It was, 30, 40 seconds, and I was just really proud of them to close it out and get the rebound on those.
Well, you forced Nolan Pierce to take a couple of tough shots there as well. Lieber got involved there a little bit early, but you guys really did a great job holding them in check and also holding them to one shot, especially there in the first half.
I thought so, yes. We definitely handled the boards like we needed to, and those two are really good players, so they were who we were keying on for sure, and I think they were the only ones that scored in the first half for them. I mean, you're not going to hold them scoreless. They're too good of ball players, but
right.
I think we did a good job. Talon, Caden, there's just a group effort guarding those guys. Garrett plays with Nolan some, plays against him a lot in the summer, so he knew his game, so it worked out for us.
No doubt. Well, and also offensively, too, I thought you guys did a great job in your half court playing inside out. You didn't just settle for jump shots. You were able to get those good looks from the floor because you had the ball movement and you were able to play through the paint tonight.
Yeah, we talked about that this week, and we try to do it all the time. Of course we want to run, get those fast break points, but if you don't have it, pull it out and run our stuff. We're pretty good at that, and when we do it, we usually can break down a defense and get a bucket. But you're right. We've got some good inside presence. It's nice to use it and then score a couple times. Guess what? Your threes are going to open up out front for you.
Well, Dawson got off to a great start tonight as far as scoring. I know he dealt with foul trouble throughout the night, but then you see Logan step up in the second quarter. Corey steps up. Those guys carry that into the second half, and Corey even continued that all the way through the fourth quarter. So you had a bunch of different guys get involved out there.
Yeah, that's one of our pluses, one of our biggest strengths, I think, is any given night, 6 or 7 of our guys, 5, 6, or 7, can go for a good 12, 14 points. And Corey did that tonight. Logan did. He had a nice offensive game. And he's growing because he was upset about his 2 turnovers after the game. So that's good, and he's been playing good defense. So I'm proud of all the guys.
Well, and again, ball movement really good tonight for your guys. Didn't really have too many moments where it got sloppy out there. I thought you guys executed pretty well as far as your passing tonight and did a good job finding each other out there.
Yeah, I think we limited our turnovers for the most part, and we did a good job with that. You're right. But, yeah, you mentioned Dawson earlier. He was a beast. He's our senior captain, and he just brought it tonight. Of course, it's a common theme, the foul trouble, but
right.
He's just got to keep after it. And he drives. He's got one of the quickest steps, so we love to see that.
Well, I mean, it got to the point where you guys were getting everybody involved so much. Even Bryce stepped out and knocked down his second 3 of the season. So you see him get that, and you see Logan get hot from the outside a little bit. So, I mean, everybody's getting involved like that. And your guys have done a great job this year of reinforcing that with your defense, having that balance on offense, too.
I think so. As long as they keep that good defense, I'm kind of a green light offensive coach to detriment sometimes, but I let them shoot, and I hope they're confident with it. And you can tell Bryce was. He missed one, then he was fine shooting the next one and knocked it down. It was a pretty big one, if I remember right. They had hit one maybe, so it just gave us a little more separation.
Yeah, you're able to hold them off. I don't think they ever got the lead within single digits the entire second half, so that's a credit to your guys coming on the road, because you never know. One of those shots on their end goes down. It gets to be like a 7 or 8 point game. It turns it around, but your guys were able to maintain a pretty steady lead throughout the second half there.
Yeah, that's why you got to stay intense with every possession, because you get that within a possession or two with these guys on this court, you never know what can happen.
Yeah, and so it's a great win. JV also picks up a good win tonight as well. They bounce back, and so both teams able to get a nice win heading into the weekend. And typically you'd be playing Salem tomorrow night, but the weather dictating that the schedule has to be changed because of that. And so you guys are able to finish the weekend on a high note here.
That's right. We'll go into whatever we have coming at us and just hopefully watch a lot of film and get back in the gym as soon as we can.
Yeah, and a big thing, too. I mean, obviously with this weather, it makes it a lot harder to get outside and be active and do all those things. So, you try to find ways, I guess, to keep guys loose as much as possible and just try to do what you can to make sure that they stay healthy and consistent as much as possible.
Yeah, maybe that's a plus. We've got a few sick, so maybe we can stay inside and get healthy and come out on the better end of it.
Well, as of right now, the next game on the schedule is Friday night, West Washington back at the Cougar Den. Obviously, the forecast is calling for cold air to stick around after the snow comes through tomorrow, so it's kind of up in the air at this point, but all you can do at this point is just make the best of it and just do what you can to make it a good situation.
That's all we can do, prepare the best we can. Hopefully we'll be playing Friday night, homecoming, a tough home opponent. We need to get our home record going. It's been tough this year so far.
Yeah, I know being at home, obviously the middle school gym, I mean, I know after winning that, now people are like, well, can we play there more often? Because it's been tough in the Cougar Den for you guys.
Our players said that night. They enjoyed that atmosphere so much.
Well, great win for the Cougars tonight here on the road at Lanesville. The final 60-39 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Ross, thank you for joining us as always at our post-game coverage. We appreciate it. And well, we'll look forward to seeing you hopefully next Friday night when West Washington comes to Ramsey.
Sounds good. We'll be ready for it. Thanks for coming tonight.
All right. Thank you, Ross. Ross Schultz joining us here in our Davis Crushstone postgame show. The Cougars prevailing tonight on the road at Lanesville. Let's start by looking at the scoring and shooting for both teams tonight. We'll start with the Eagles here at home. Nolan Pierce had 16 points to lead Lanesville. 7 of those 16 came in that second quarter of play. Pierce ends up scoring 4 points in the third quarter on a 2 and a pair of free throws, knocks down a 3 there in the fourth, so he finished his night with 16 points. He led Lanesville in scoring, but was not the game high scorer in this one. We'll get to that here momentarily. Aiden Lieber scored 11 in this one, had a trio of trays, 1 in each of the first 3 quarters, and then he got a 2 there in the fourth quarter on a drive to the basket, so Lieber finishes his night with 11 points. They were the only 2 double-digit scorers, Pierce and Lieber. Next in line was Braxton Holland, who scored all 6 of his points in the fourth quarter on a pair of trays. Luke Doster, 1 out of 2 at the free throw line in the fourth quarter with another 2. He finishes his night with 3 points. And then 3 Eagles all scored 1 point apiece. Jaden Schickel and Gage Petty went 1 of 2 at the free throw line in the third quarter. And then Wade Freiberger, the freshman, with a point there on a free throw there in the fourth quarter. So Freiberger, Schickel, and Petty all score 1 point for Lanesville. Braden Crozier, Isaac Klusmeyer, Connor Graham, and Dalton Allen all saw time tonight for the Eagles. None of those guys, however, scored for Lanesville. They shot 7 of 15 from the floor in the second half after shooting 5 out of 18 in the first 2 quarters. Lanesville never really got it going consistently on offense. The fourth quarter, they were 5 out of 9, so they were at their best at the end offensively. They go 12 of 33 shooting tonight for 36%. They were actually good 3-point shooters, 4 out of 8 in the final 2 quarters, 3 out of 5 in the first 2 quarters. You add it up, they go 7 out of 12 from behind the arc tonight for 58%. And on free throws, the Eagles were solid there. They came in 63% as a team. They go 8 out of 12 for 67% tonight at the free throw line. Meantime, for the Cougars tonight, a lot of guys get involved in the scoring. In fact, 8 North Harrison players scored. 2 in double figures tonight. Logan Hune, who had 17 points in this one, 5 in the second quarter. And then he managed to knock down a couple of shots for 2 and 3 out of 4 free throws there in the third quarter. Logan then knocked down 1 more tray in that fourth quarter with another 2-point basket. Hune finishes his night with 17 points for the Cougars to lead all scorers here on the road. Corey Burson had 13 in this one, 4 in the second quarter, knocked down a 3 from the top of the key in the third quarter, and then a trio of 2s in that fourth quarter. So Burson ends up scoring 13 for the Cougars. Talon Lewis, Dawson Sen, and Bryce Fessel all scored 7 in this one. Sen had all 7 of his in the first quarter. Lewis, 5 of his 7 in the first quarter, 2 more in the fourth off a driving layup. Bryce got a 2 in the second quarter and then a 3 in the fourth quarter with that other 2. So Bryce ends up scoring 7 tonight. Caden Hain had 6. He had all that in the first 3 quarters, 4 in the first half, and 2 free throws in the third quarter. Hain had 6 tonight for North Harrison. Eli Vogler, the freshman, scored his first career varsity points with a jump shot there late in the contest. He'll end his night with 2 points for North Harrison. A lot of guys got in there. Garrett Tucker saw significant time, did not score. Jake Roof also got in there late, as did Colson Christie, the freshman, and Camden Tencher as well. All those guys scored, or all those guys played but did not score for the Cougars tonight. They knocked down 12 out of 24 shots in the final 2 quarters of play and end up shooting 23 out of 49, a solid 47% on the road. 3-point shooting tonight, the Cougars were 3 out of 7 in the final 2 quarters. They end up knocking down just 6 out of 18 from long distance, good for 33%. And on free throws tonight, the Cougars go 6 out of 8 in the second half and end up shooting 8 out of 10 on free throws tonight, good for 80% here on the road. It was 14-5 North Harrison at the end of the first quarter. They outscored Lanesville 13-10 in the second to give the Cougars a 27-15 lead going into halftime. In the third quarter, North Harrison outscored Lanesville 12-9. And as far as the fourth quarter, North Harrison led 39-24 going into the fourth and then outscored Lanesville 21-15 in that fourth and final quarter to win it tonight, 60-39 over the Lanesville Eagles. North Harrison is now 6-8 on the season, and Lanesville now 3-10 after taking the loss tonight. As for the schedule coming up for both teams, North Harrison scheduled to be back at it again next Friday night when they host West Washington down at the Cougar Den. We'll be there for that game if it is played as scheduled here on 96.9 WKLO. The Cougars then travel out to Madison next Saturday to take on the Cubs. And then they'll be at Charlestown on Thursday, February 5th during the girls' sectional. North Harrison on the road, by the way, this year. Let's see, 1-3. They are now 2-3 in true road games this season and 5-3 away from home overall. Lanesville now 3-10. The Eagles have lost 4 of their last 6. They were supposed to go to Clarksville tomorrow night. That's not going to happen because of the weather coming through. So they'll reschedule that game to February, I believe. And then the Eagles are scheduled to go to West Washington Thursday night before hosting Rock Creek Academy 1 week from tonight here at the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center. And then they are scheduled to host Springs Valley on Thursday, February the 5th during the girls' sectional. We'll take one more break. We'll come back. We'll go through the rest of the statistics and give you more content as well. You're listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Living with arthritis or an autoimmune condition can be tough, and at Harrison County Hospital, they're here to help, and they're excited to welcome Rachel Waite, APRN, the newest rheumatology specialist. Rachel takes the time to listen, create a treatment plan just for you, and give the support you need to feel your best. Ready to take the next step toward relief? Call her today at 812-734-3800 or learn more at hchin.org/rheumatology. Harrison County Hospital, celebrating 75 years of caring for our community.
Taking a look at the rebounds tonight, Lanesville ends up winning that over North Harrison 26-21. The Eagles had 4 offensive rebound in that total of 26 tonight. 3 guys led the way in rebounding, and those would be Aiden Lieber, Nolan Pierce, and Gage Petty. They all collected 5 rebounds tonight. Petty had 2 offensive rebounds in that 5 for him tonight. Meantime, Braxton Holland and Jaden Schickel both had 2 rebounds. Schickel had an offensive rebound. Luke Doster, 3 rebounds, 1 on the offensive end. Braden Crozier, 2 rebounds, both defensive. Dalton Allen and Braden Crozier both had 1 rebound apiece tonight for the Eagles. Crozier with 3 rebounds total tonight. The Eagles had 26 total, 4 on the offensive end. For North Harrison, 21 rebounds, 3 offensive. The leader tonight was Bryce Fessel. He had 8 rebounds, a game high in that category for the Cougars. Caden Hain, 4 rebounds for him tonight, all defensive. Dawson Sen, Corey Burson, and Logan Hune all had 2 rebounds. Sen had 1 offensive rebound. Then Talon Lewis, Garrett Tucker, Jake Roof, and also Camden Tensher with 1 rebound apiece for North Harrison tonight as they got out-rebounded 26-21. As for the turnovers tonight, that was a major contrast in this one. Lanesville had 8 in the first half, 9 in the second half. They turned it over 17 times on their home floor tonight. North Harrison turned it over just twice in the first half and only gave it up 6 times in the final 2 quarters, so they end up with 8 turnovers tonight here on the road. Lanesville dished out 4 assists on 12 made shots. Nolan Pierce had 2 to lead the way there. Connor Graham, 1 assist, and 1 assist for Braden Crozier as well. For North Harrison, 13 assists on 23 made baskets. Caden Hain was the leader in that category tonight with 6. Garrett Tucker, 3 assists for him. Bryce Fessel had 2. Talon Lewis and Dawson Sen both had 1 assist apiece. For the Cougars, 13 total on 23 made shots en route to a 60-39 win over Lanesville. The Cougar JV also picking up the victory here on the road tonight. Well, the pairing show for the 51st Girls Basketball State Tournament coming up Sunday evening, 6 to 8 p.m., right here on 96.9 WKLO. And Greg Rakestraw and Kyle Nedenrip of the Indy Star, they'll take you through the pairings for all 64 sectionals. They'll start, if the format goes the same as it usually does, in 1A North, go 1A South, 2A North, and 2A South. And they'll continue that through 3 and 4A as well. So that's on Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m. You can listen to the pairing show for the 51st IHSAA Girls Basketball State Tournament right here on 96.9 WKLO. As things stand right now, we are slated to see the North Harrison Lady Cats during the final week of the girls basketball regular season Tuesday night here on 96.9 WKLO. The Lady Cats will head east to Connor Salm Gymnasium to take on the Class 3A number 10 Madison Lady Cubs, who feature one of the best guards around southern Indiana in 5'6" senior Juliana Davis. She just became the all-time leading scorer last Saturday in the Lady Cubs' home win over Corydon Central. Davis averages around 23 points per game, but she also adds 5 rebounds and 5 steals on average. Senior center Miley McQuarrie is the only other double-digit scorer, averaging just under 11 points per game to go with 5.7 rebounds per game. Senior guard Addison Rourke chips in 7 points per game, while junior guard Mackenzie Smith averages 6.4 points and 8.2 rebounds per game. The Lady Cubs are a good scoring team, averaging about 58 points while giving up 37.5 on defense. The Lady Cats will have to sustain a tough road game coming up on Tuesday before the start of sectional the following week. So join us for our Davis Crushstone pregame coverage Tuesday night around 7:15, JV at 6, varsity around 7:30 from Connor Salm Gymnasium on the campus of Madison High School in the city of Madison. And again, boys basketball, we've got that coming up for you on Friday night as the schedule stands right now. West Washington at North Harrison, JV at 6, varsity around 7:30 with pregame around 7:15 from the Cougar Den in Ramsey. So with that, we'll also let you know Orleans girls basketball. We have that coming up tomorrow morning on Gold 98.7 WSEZ. The Lady Bulldogs slated to host Bedford North Lawrence in their final home game of the regular season. The Class A number 3 Lady Bulldogs come in with 11 straight wins, 17-2 on the season. BNL is 15-6 on the year under first-year head coach Chase Spreen. The JV game slated now for a 9 a.m. start tomorrow with the varsity to follow around 10:30. Our pregame coverage on Gold 98.7 WSEZ will begin right around 10:15 tomorrow morning from the Doghouse in Orleans. We'll take one last break. Come back. We'll wrap things up for the evening here from the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
For generations, Prosser has been at the heart of our community. We need you. The Prosser Alumni Association helps seniors who need transitional support, guiding them into jobs or career path and giving them the resources to succeed. Students can apply for scholarships in January at prosseralumni.org. Alumni, Join us now. Be a member, donate, or sponsor and help mold the next generation of leaders. Visit prosseralumni.org. Prosser. Skills today, success tomorrow.
Well, North Harrison again prevailing here tonight on the road, 60-39 over Lanesville. The Cougars now 6-8 on the season, and Lanesville, meanwhile, falls to 3-10. The Eagles are slated to be back at it again Thursday night at West Washington, while North Harrison is slated to host the Senators a week from tonight on Friday, January 30th. And that'll be homecoming night down at the Cougar Den in Ramsey. We are scheduled to do that game right here on 96.9 WKLO. So as long as the schedule stays as it is right now, we will be at North Harrison coming up on Friday night for the Cougars matchup with the West Washington Senators on homecoming night. JV at 6, varsity around 7:30 with our Davis Crushstone pregame to begin around 7:15. The Corydon Central boys bounce back from the loss to Charlestown last night. They knock off Salem at home tonight, 62-51. So the Corydon Central boys end up getting a huge home win tonight over Salem to bounce back in the Mid-Southern Conference after taking their first conference loss last night. The Panthers are now 13-3 overall, 3-1 in the MSC with that victory tonight. They are slated to be back at it again Friday night on the road at Paoli inside D.E. Chambers Gymnasium against one of the best teams in Class 2A basketball this season in the Paoli Rams, who are currently ranked second in 3A and came into their rivalry matchup with Springs Valley tonight at 12-0. So the win tonight goes to the Panthers at home. The Cougars also getting a win, so it's a good night for both teams. Also, final scores tonight, Brownstown Central over Greensburg, 80-51. Floyd Central ekes by Jennings County, 45-44 the final there. Jasper knocks off county rival Forest Park, 51-44. Seymour handles Bedford North Lawrence, 59-40. And at Silver Creek, dispatching New Albany, 87-70. Well, that'll wrap it up for us tonight. As we close up shop for the night, we'd like to thank all of our great sponsors: Harrison County Hospital, Denny's Carpet, and Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services in Corydon, Prosser Career Education Center in New Albany, Bender Lumber, First Harrison Bank, Morgan's Auto Salvage in Paoli, as well as Davis Crushstone in DePaul. Most of all, thanks to you for listening to our North Harrison boys basketball broadcast tonight. The final score on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard: North Harrison 60, Lanesville 39. The Cougars now 6-8. The Eagles are 3-10. We thank you for listening to our broadcast and for listening to our postgame coverage presented by Davis Crushstone, located at 8605 Big John Road in DePaul. For all of your crushed stone, lime, and aggregate needs, call Davis Crushstone at 812-347-2707. For our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton, saying have a great night from the Jerry Reinhardt Athletic Center on the campus of Lanesville Junior-Senior High School in the town of Lanesville. Keep an eye on the weather this weekend. Obviously, we're looking at a bunch of snow coming in. Some forecasts showing at least 10 inches, upwards of 14 inches of snow for a lot of areas around us. So be weather aware. Have a weather radio handy. Keep it right here on 96.9 WKLO for the latest, as we are under a winter storm warning starting tomorrow morning. We thank you again for listening tonight. This reminder on the way out: keep your heads held high, love each other, be a light in your community, and may God bless America. Also, Indiana Sports Talk, we will join at the beginning of the show right as soon as we sign off here from Lanesville. Thank you for tuning in tonight. You've been listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
This broadcast on Real Country 96.9 WKLO has been made possible by our incredible community sponsors: Davis Crushstone, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Denny's Carpet, First Harrison Bank, Morgan's Auto Salvage, Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services, Prosser Career Education Center. Thanks for supporting local athletes, local schools, and local radio. This has been Real Country 96.9 WKLO, keeping